Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about what you need to do before you take any type of ADHD supplement. These are the things that are crucial. I tell all my patients before they take any type of supplement for ADHD. So let's go ahead and get started right after this intro. Welcome back, my Optimal Mind performers and my Optimal Mind leaders. Here we talk about everything about ADHD health, also lifestyle habits, as well as personal development, as well as work-life balance, and other types of strategies and tactics to use to have your mind be optimal. But before we get started, if you have not already downloaded my free guide on ADHD, it talks about every supplement, nutrient, and actually labs that you should be running. You can download that free guide in the description below. There's one for adults as well as for parents who have kids with ADHD. My name is Dr. LeGrand, and I grew up with ADHD and dyslexia. So let's talk about when it comes to actually taking supplements for ADHD. There are three things that I'm going to be covering that is so crucial when it comes to deciding to take supplements if you have ADHD. So the very first thing, so crucial, if you are taking ADHD medications, the thing that you need to understand about actually supplements and any types of herbs, nutrients, there can be interactions when it comes to actually the medications that you're taking. So this is something that I've been training in medical school, is to look at the different herb and also nutrient interaction that can be actually happening when it comes to taking medications along with supplements. Some ingredients that you have to look for is like GABA, L-theanine, some of the other types of things that could interact with the ADHD medications. So you have to look at these things and check with your doctor first, always, because if they do interact, they can have major side effects that could exacerbate your actually ADHD medications, where you can have highs and lows when you're actually taking these types of supplements along with your medications. The second thing that I always tell people before you decide to take any type of supplement or any type of nutrient or any type of vitamin, especially if you have ADHD, is that you need to see if you have a deficiency first. Because if you don't have a deficiency or an imbalance and you're taking something like, for example, magnesium, and you're not deficient at all, you can actually have excess amount. Just like with any type of nutrient or any type of food, if you have excess amount, it can have some side effects that come along with it. Some that are not very forgiving. So you have to be careful when it comes to actually taking certain vitamins, nutrients, supplements. You have to first see if you have a deficiency. And I talk about this in my downloadable guide as far as what types of labs that you should run to be able to see if you have a deficiency or if you have a malnutrition or any kind of imbalances in your body chemistry. That's what I talk about in my download guide. But you really need to kind of first check if you do have an imbalance. Then if you do, then chances are it can be helpful for if you do have ADHD because you have a deficiency. So then when you implement an actual nutrient that you're not getting in your diet, then it can be really, really helpful. But I always say this, is that I think food is the best source when it comes to vitamins, nutrients, but we don't get enough in our diet. But that's why they call it supplements, because supplementing something that we're not actually getting in our diet. But if you can actually start using food as your medicine, then that is definitely the best option to be doing versus just using supplements all the time. But certainly you can start using supplements initially and then start transitioning your diet to be able to improve upon that, and then start using food as your medicine. So the third and final thing is looking actually the quality of supplements. So once you've actually decided there's no interactions with these types of supplements, I do have a deficiency, then you got to look at the quality. So I used to work at different supplement stores and seen hundreds of different brands come in and go. So here are the few things that I do suggest when it comes to looking for a good quality supplement. When you're looking at the back of the bottle, what I suggest is to see, or even looking at the company, is where they're manufacturing their stuff. If they don't give that information, I would stay far away from it. I used to work at Super Supplements, now Vitamin Shop bought them out, and then they started pushing all their brands. And they don't talk about where they actually manufacture their stuff, Vitamin Shop. And a lot of their stuff is really poor quality, and I never ever recommend Vitamin Shop supplements, even though I worked for them, just because they never really told us where they actually get their manufacturing of their processing, because they had supplements for everything. And that's the other thing, is if there's a brand that does everything, chances are the quality could be pretty poor. Not always the case, but it can be. The other thing is if it is closest to the actual natural food source. So if it actually has a lot of processed and other junk in the supplement, in the actual capsule with a bunch of fillers, not going to be a great option. The other thing is Amazon. Amazon has been known to actually sell expired supplements and also put fillers in their capsules. So you got to be pretty careful about purchasing stuff from Amazon. Even if it's a well-known brand, it just doesn't mean it's always actually perfect. So trying to actually go to the actual company or going to a supplement store that actually is reliable. So I hope I've helped you actually decide when it comes to actually taking supplements for ADHD, but you can also apply this for any kind of health issue. Is when you're deciding to take supplements, you need to go, remember, remember these three things is first to see if there's interactions with medications you're taking, second to see if you actually have a deficiency or an imbalance, and then third, looking at the quality of the supplement before actually deciding to take it. Because if you do these three things, then you'll see better results for your health versus just taking something that someone suggested online on a Facebook group or a friend. Do these three things and you will be far better in far as using supplements to your advantage versus just saying supplements don't work at all. And like I said before, if you've not downloaded my free guide, if you want to know, okay, how do I figure out what kind of deficiencies I have, what imbalances I have, I actually have a free guide on ADHD as far as what types of labs you should be running if you have deficiency or imbalances with ADHD, as well as what nutrients, supplements, and foods that you should be implementing, and that's in the description below. So until next time, this is Dr. LeGrand signing out, and remember, you have an optimal mind. Thanks. Bye.